We're asked, in the list above, the greatest value is how many times as large as the least value. So pause the video and see if you can figure that out. All right, now let's do it together. Now, in order to do this, it's useful to have all of the numbers in the same format so that we can at least compare them and figure out which one is the greatest and which one is the least. So let's convert them all to decimals. So this first number right over here, that's already in decimal form, 0.004. The next one is also a decimal already, 0.28 or 28 hundredths. This next one, 1/5. To convert that into decimal, you could go to your calculator, or calculator is allowed on the Praxis. You could do 1 divided by 5, or you might recognize that 1 divided by 5, or 1/5, is the same thing as 2/10, or you could say that 0.2. Either way. The next one is already a decimal, 0.016, or 16 thousandths. And then 1 over 125, that might be pretty useful to get a calculator out for that. So, and just to show you what I did before, the 1/5, you could have just done 1 divided by 5, and you would have gotten the 0.2. But 1 divided by 125 is equal to 0.008, or 8 thousandths. 0.008. Now the next thing we'd want to do is order them. And it can be a little bit misleading because some of these have 2 digits to the right of the decimal, or actually even 1. Some of them have 3. So let's make all of them have the same number of digits to the right of the decimal point. So this one already has 3 to the right. This one could be rewritten as 0.280. This one could be written as 0.200. This one could be rewritten as 0.016. And then this one is already 0.008. So now all of them are in terms of thousandths. So the smallest one here is 4 thousandths. So let me write that first. So that's the smallest one, 4 thousandths. And then the next largest amount of thousandths is this one right over here, which is 8 thousandths. Then the next largest one is 16 thousandths. Then the next largest one is 200 thousandths. And then the largest one is 280 thousandths. So we want to figure out how many times as large, or how many times larger is 280 thousandths than 4 thousandths. And you might be able to do that in your head and say, oh, well, 280 divided by 4 is going to be 70. Or you can go back to a calculator and you could figure it out. You could type in those exact numbers if you like. You could either do 280 divided by 4, or you could just type in these numbers exactly as they are. 0.280 divided by 0.004 is going to be 70. So this is 70 times larger than the smallest value. And we're done.